Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. How are you, students? Today we will study physics. Lecture number 8. Topic is resolution of a vector into its rectangular components. Resolution of a vector into its rectangular components. So vector resolution is a process where one vector is broken down into two or more simpler vectors. This includes the process where one vector is broken into two components. The splitting up of a single vector into its component vector is called resolution of vector forces. You can use both the terminologies. Resolution of forces also. Force is a vector. So the splitting up of a single vector. Splitting up of a single vector. Single vector. The splitting up of a single vector into its rectangular component is called resolution of vector. For example, we have x-axis and this is a y-axis. This is negative x-axis, this is negative y-axis. We take a vector f here. This is vector f represented by a line O as something you can call it, you can do any labeling. Draw perpendicular from the head of the vector on x-axis. This represents fx, horizontal component of a vector. The component of a vector which is acting along x-axis is called horizontal component. And draw a vertical component along y-axis. This represents the vertical component of a vector. The vertical component of a vector. The component of a vector which is acting along y-axis is called vertical component, and the component of a vector which is acting along horizontal axis is called horizontal component. So this is the horizontal component fx acting along x-axis, acting along x-axis. This is the vertical component which is represented by fy acting along y-axis, acting along y-axis, as this vector is equal to this vector, this line. These two lines are equal and same in direction, equal and same in direction. So join the initial point with the final point will give you the resultant vector. So now we will use trigonometric ratio. Sine theta will be equal to perpendicular by hypotenuse. Here you will write sine theta, perpendicular is fy divided by f is hypotenuse. So fy is equal to f sine theta. Fy is equal to f sine theta. Now we will calculate the vertical component. Vertical is calculated. Now we will calculate the horizontal component. For horizontal component, we will write cos theta is equal to base by hypotenuse. Base by hypotenuse. Cos theta is equal to base by hypotenuse. Cos theta is equal to base is fx divided by f. Fx is equal to f cos theta. We have found the horizontal component. We also find it out the value of vertical component. Now we will find the resultant vector. Resultant. Resultant vector is a vector which have the same effect as the combined effect of two vectors. This is fx and this is fy. By Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse whole square is equal to per right angle triangle base square plus perpendicular square. F square is equal to fx square plus fy square. F square take square root of f square. Fx square plus fy square. So when it is square root, remove the square root will be cancelled. Here we will write fx square plus fy square. Fy square. Tangent theta. Now we will find angle. Tangent theta is equal to perpendicular by base. Theta is equal to tangent inverse fy divided by fx. So we have resolved a vector into its rectangular component. We have split it up vector f into its horizontal component and vertical component, which are at an angle of 90 degree with each other. So it makes an angle of 90 degree with each other. So they are called rectangular components. So the splitting up of a single vector into its rectangular component is called resolution of vector. Its horizontal component, the component of a vector which is acting along x-axis is called horizontal component, will be equal to fx is equal to f cos theta. F cos theta. Vertical component will be equal to f sine theta. The component of a vector which is acting along y-axis is equal to fy is equal to f sine theta. Resultant vector will be equal to f is equal to f square fx square plus fy square to whole square root. Angle will be equal to this. Now I will explain it further. We will study in detail now. Further detail. Remember that the solution of vector is splitting up of a vector into its rectangular component. Now, a vector can be resolved into two components parts, such that the two new vectors are equal to the original vector The two components are normally a horizontal component and a vector component and a vertical component. Horizontal component is this one. This is called the horizontal component. This is called the vertical component. This component, this which I cross, and this component are equal. These are equal in magnitude. So vertical component will be along this axis, along this axis, and horizontal component will be along this axis. Consider the vector f. If we need to sum a number of vectors, then if each is resolved into two directions, then the resultant vertical and horizontal components can be given conventionally summed as they are in the same direction. Vector analysis. We use analytical method. Analytical method. Vectors can be resolved into x and y component. You can resolve a vector into x and y component. Let's say we have two vectors or three vectors. You can resolve it into setting those components. Components and its vector can be formed into a right angle triangle. This one. Okay, this is a vector. This is a case of single vector. This is called the horizontal component, and this is called the vertical component. Vertical component. AY, AX. The vector sum is equal to AX vector plus AY vector. So AX is equal to A cos theta. As we derived, Fx is equal to F cos theta. And AY, you can use this formula also. Sin theta is equal to AY divided by A. You will use this one. Theta resultant. We already done these derivation. Adding a vector. This is the resultant vector, and it will be the sum of vector A and vector B. This is called head-to-tail rule or graphical representation of vector addition. The resultant vector R is equal to A plus B. A plus B is the vector drawn from the tail of vector A to the head of vector B. The resultant vector R is equal to A plus B plus C plus D is the vector drawn from the tail of the first vector to the tip of the last vector. So now we will start a new topic, addition of vectors by rectangular components. Addition of vectors by rectangular components. The components of a vector that are mutually perpendicular to each other are called rectangular components of a vector. When two vectors, one is in this direction and these makes in these, this is vector A and this is vector B. These are the component of vector R. Then these are called the rectangular components of resultant vector because it makes an angle of 90 degrees with each other. Consider a vector A represented by a line which makes an angle theta with the horizontal. We have two vectors, this vector and vector B. First, we will obtain the horizontal and vertical components. So from its header, you will draw a perpendicular. This will be your horizontal component of vector A. Horizontal component of vector, horizontal component of vector A. Then draw a perpendicular on y-axis. This is the vertical component of vector A. Then draw a perpendicular. This is the horizontal component of vector B. And this is the vertical component of vector B. Vertical component of vector B is from O to this point. And this whole represents the horizontal component of vector A. Now, we do a simple calculation. We draw a parallel line to this vector, like this. This is the horizontal component of vector B, and this is the vertical component of vector B. Now look at the next diagram. I will explain from this one. This represents the horizontal component of vector A, and this represents the vertical component of vector B, of vector A. So AY and AX. This vector is. Now we draw a parallel vector to this vector. We draw a parallel vector. This vector is here. So we draw a parallel vector to vector B. A parallel line and a parallel direction have been taken. So it is equal. It represents equivalency of these two vectors. So it will be replaced. Now this is vector B. This is the horizontal component of vector B, and this is the vertical component of vector B. So it is called B vector. This is the horizontal component of vector B, and this is the vertical component. Now I will change the color. This is the horizontal component of vector A, and this is the vertical component of vector A. So we can find the resultant vector like this. The final color. This is vector A, horizontal component of vector A, and take parallel line to this vector, vector B. This line is AX plus BX, and this whole line represents the resultant component, the horizontal component of the resultant vector. This is vertical component, so AY, and this is BY. RY is equal to AY plus BY. This is the resultant vector, AY, BY. So we will write some equations. Vector A is equal to the sum of its horizontal component plus the sum of its vertical component. Vector B is equal to the sum of its horizontal component plus the sum of its vertical component. Rx is equal to Ax plus Bx from the diagram. Now Ry will be equal to Ay plus By. We have written this from the diagram. Now jump to next page. Remember this diagram, and we will jump to next page and we'll write further equation. Resultant vector is represented by R, and we will write The next equation for this one. R resultant vector is equal to A vector plus B vector, the sum of A vector and B vector. This is the horizontal component of resultant vector. It is written in boldface italics. This is the horizontal component of resultant, and this is the vertical component of resultant vector. So this is the Ry is equal to vertical components of resultant vector is equal to Ay plus By, and this is the horizontal. And resultant vector in magnitude form is equal to A square plus B square square root. This is in magnitude form. Theta will be equal to tangent inverse Ry divided by Rx. This is the resultant relation for the angle of resultant vector. Now, I will do a simple calculation for you people. We have added two vectors and we have written the relation for two vectors. Now, generally, I will select a different color. Now, we have find that resultant vector is equal to Ax plus Bx dx. We have written it in vectorial form. So we will write Rx for more than two vectors. We will write Ax vector plus Bx vector plus Cx plus dot dot dot. We will write these. Similarly, Ry is for two vectors. We already verified it. We will write this one. So Ry vector is equal to Ay plus By plus Cy plus dot dot dot. We will write for n vectors. Similarly, the other relation will become also for angle. We will write for angle we have derived theta is equal to tangent inverse Ry divided by Rx. So we have written that theta is equal to tangent inverse Ax plus Ay By divided by Ax plus Bx. So for n vectors we will write theta is equal to tangent inverse Ay plus By plus Cy plus dot 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 divided by Ax plus Bx plus Cx plus dot dot dot. So this is the relation for angle theta when we have two vectors. We have two rectangular components. For n number of vectors, you will generalize the relation. Now, for the resultant vector, the sum of the resultant vector is equal to the sum of its horizontal component plus the sum of its vertical component. So, sum of horizontal component is equal to Ax square Ax plus Bx plus Cx plus dot 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 whole square plus Ay plus By plus cy plus dot 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 whole square root. This square root is continuous. So you will write this relation. So first you will in rectangular components of vectors, addition of vectors by rectangular components. First you will consider two vectors, A and B. Resolve vector A into its rectangular components and vector B into its rectangular component. Draw a parallel line to vector B. And then obtain its horizontal component. Join the tail of first vector to the head of the second vector. You will get the resultant vector. In first we have written the relation for two vectors, then we have generalized the relation. Now we have four quadrant. In first quadrant, theta must be greater than 0 and less than 90. In second quadrant, theta is greater than 90 and less than 180 degree. Third quadrant, the angle must be greater than 180 and less than 270. And in fourth quadrant, this is the angle. So we have two angles. One is angle with positive x-axis and the other one is the reference angle. Let's say this is the angle with x with respect to x-axis and this is the reference angle. Our right pi. Pi is the this is pi. Pi is the reference angle. So in this case, in first quadrant, if you look to this diagram, theta is equal to pi or psi. Both are equal because this is the angle which we call the reference angle. It is with respect to the nearest x-axis, and this is with respect to the positive x-axis. Where it is, it will be with respect to the positive x-axis. So in this case, theta is equal to pi. In this case, theta is equal to 180 minus psi or pi. This is pi and this is theta. This angle is 180. Now in this case, theta is equal to 180 plus pi because this angle is 180 and this is pi. And, so 180 plus reference angle. This angle is 360. So theta will be written as 360 minus reference angle. Nearest x-axis is this one. So make the measurement from this side. So inshallah students, thank you students. Tomorrow we will start the next chapter. Wish you best of luck and good health. If you have any difficulties, ask in Zoom class. Best of luck.